Hello, everybody. Tracy Mrs. JDog Flanagan with you here today. I'm the co-founder and senior vice president here at JDog Brands. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Tactical Treasures Podcast, powered by JDog and Vet TV. Our podcast gives veterans, MilSpouses, active military members, and military family members a voice in the veteran space to speak about their service, how they're affecting their communities post-service, and they share with me a tactical treasure that has helped them in their journey, in their business career, military life. And I am so excited to have with me today Molly Rose Speed, who is an Air Force Milspouse with her husband, having served for 13 years between active duty and reserves. Molly Rose is the founder of Virtual Assistant Management, and her mission is to support her fellow military spouses by creating rewarding remote work opportunities as trained virtual assistants. To date, Molly Rose has aligned over 130 jobs for military spouses, and she certainly isn't stopping there. Because of her incredible work, Molly Rose was awarded the Air Force First Special Operations Wing Spouse of the Year Award. Hello, Molly. Welcome to my podcast. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Congratulations on your award. And I'll tell you, the career path for MilSpouse is an area that is such an issue and concern for problems because of all the PCSs. So I love what you're doing here, and I'm excited to talk to you about it. But first, I would love to know how you and your husband met. Could you talk about your experience in meeting him and being an active MilSpouse?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be talking to your audience. So I met my husband in college. I was a sophomore. We grew up in Iowa and went to Iowa State, and I didn't have military around me. I didn't know anything about it. And here I met this ROTC guy and knew very quickly that I was probably going to end up with him. And he made it super clear that, the military was going to come first, and that's just how our life was going to go. So was I willing to put my career on hold? Was I willing to do the things necessary as a military spouse and, love one over all my dreams at the time? And so found myself married and kind of fell into this world of being a military spouse. And I've loved every minute of it and one of the best parts of my life now.
Oh, wow. That's really awesome. Well, thank you for your service and obviously your husband's service as well. So is there a particular aspect or moment from your experience as a MilSpouse that has stood out to you as being especially impactful?
Yeah, I think which actually transitioned into why I'm doing what I'm doing. Learning from so many military spouses that they felt stuck and we were kind of all in the same position. I worked a corporate career for 3 years out of college and realized really quickly that this wasn't going to work for the rest of our life because of all the things that you shared in the intro. And
Sure.
Just opening up and having those conversations with fellow military spouses, I learned that I wasn't alone. I wasn't the only one having these insecure feelings or feelings of not having my independence or my identity. And so that's how I quickly realized there's something more to our lives and with the career that I created for myself and now for others.
Yeah, that's great. Hello, viewers and listeners. Are you a military veteran or military family member and looking to own your own business? If so, go to jdog.com and check out our 2 veteran-focused franchises, JDog Junk Removal and Hauling and JDog Carpet Cleaning and Floor Care. Our franchisees nationwide are always looking to hire fellow veterans and patriots. JDog is the world's largest military franchise system with hundreds of locations nationwide. We are nearly 90% veteran-owned with the goal of reducing the veteran unemployment rate to under 1%. Check us out. Go to jdog.com to learn more. Now, back to the podcast. You're the founder of Virtual Assistant Management. Could you talk to me, how did that first come to be, and what is the work that you're doing there?
Yeah, so after quitting corporate America, I became what we all know now as a virtual assistant. This was 12 years ago. I didn't know what that was. Kind of fell into it and self-taught everything that I know today and have grown in this field. So in chatting with fellow military spouses, they'd say, how do I do what you do? I was traveling when my husband was deployed. I'd go overseas and work from hostels and go see the world. I was making good money. I had a flexible schedule. It was all these great things. And I'd say, I want to do what you do. And so one too many coffee shop dates later, I realized I had a little training program on my hands.
Right.
And so I started recording so they could learn everything I knew. And it basically turned into now what is the Virtual Assistant Academy. So we have a certification program. So women can fast track, and men, but mostly women, can fast track their career as a virtual assistant and kind of jump over all those mistakes I made and be able to kind of professionalize this career for themselves. And then along the way, several entrepreneurs, people in my network, I get out to conferences and have a vast network. They would say, oh, you have certified virtual assistants. How can I hire them?
Oh, wow.
So that's what birthed Virtual Assistant Management. And now we have a training and placement arm to the business.
Wow, that's great. So, so one of the services that you offer is the Virtual Assistant Academy. So that is the actual training course that the MilSpouses go through. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. So it teaches them the whole business side because we're running our own business. And then it also teaches the technical skills needed in today's industry online space to be able to be successful right out the door.
Okay. So I'm just trying to understand. So the virtual assistant management, are these MilSpouses like working underneath you, and then they're being sent out from you? Like, are you the employer, or like I want to say temp service that provides them work?
Yeah, the best way to explain it is probably like a recruitment agency. So
Okay.
Yeah, all the military spouse or all the VA virtual assistants work independently. They're their own employer. We find them placements and jobs once they go through our program. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So they actually can sort of have their own business if they're working with one client or multiple clients.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. So I don't recommend working for a specific one client for less than 20 hours a month, 5 hours a week. So that's the minimum.
Okay.
And then they're able to build it from there. Some work full-time plus, some just have 2 clients for 10, 15 hours a week. And then they can do all the other things that life has for them.
Right. Oh, wow. That's really neat. So it is truly can be flexible, and they can kind of make their own hours.
Correct.
So if a MilSpouse is interested in what you have to offer, kind of walk me through what they kind of go through to get started.
Yeah, so we have the full training academy. It's all on demand.
Okay.
So there's 6 business modules, and then I think over 13 tech modules that you'll go through. And then we work directly with you to certify you. So that's a one-on-one. You're not just on a computer, right? We get on Zoom with you and make sure that you're up to speed, very comfortable with everything that you learned, and onboard you into the management team if you so choose to take that path. So it's on demand. A lot of virtual assistants blaze through it in a weekend. They're like, I want to get a paying job as soon as I can. And then they come back to the course when they need to apply something. And others do 1 module a week and apply as they go. So that's how it was built. But people want to get things done a lot quicker than intended.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So I do have another question. So if they go on, and I have been to your website and I've taken a look. So I see that there is a charge to do all the manuals and to be certified and everything. Is this just for MilSpouses?
Nope, it's for anyone. The beauty of being a part of the military is we have a pretty great scholarship. So if you reach out to us and there's a note on the program, or you can follow up with me, we make sure that you get the deepest discount that we ever offer, because our mission is military spouses.
Right. Okay, great. My next question is, if somebody were to want to launch something themselves, They don't have to necessarily be a part of the virtual assistant management. They can just come on, sign up, pay for the course, do the course, and then kind of go
Yes.
on their merry way, so to speak, and cultivate clients themselves.
Yes, absolutely. So the academy came first, and it teaches you exactly how to get clients, everything you need to do to do that on your own. So you don't need to go through any professional agency like my own. It's designed so you can take it and run with it. So a lot of our assistants kind of have a hybrid approach. They get some clients from us, or they go and find their own as well. And then their referral network, it's going just like mine did over the years.
Okay. Oh, great. I love the flexibility. That's really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Hello, viewers and listeners. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Tactical Treasures podcast, where we are currently speaking with Molly Rose Speed, who is an Air Force Milspouse, with her husband having served for 13 years between active duty and the reserves. She also was awarded the Air Force First Special Operations Wing Spouse of the Year Award. She is also the founder of the Virtual Assistant Academy, which is a 6-week video-based certification program that teaches effective, smart strategies to create your own work-from-anywhere career, serving as a virtual assistant. Through the VA Academy process, you will have exactly what you need to create your virtual business, secure paying clients, and create the life you really want. MilSpouses, this is an incredible opportunity to work on a schedule that fits around a busy and ever-changing military-aligned life. To find out more information and to enroll in the virtual training program, go to virtualassistantacademy.com. Now back to the podcast. This is great stuff, but we are Tactical Treasures. So next up, let's dive into your treasure. I'm really excited to hear what you're going to share with us today.
So in preparing for this, a quote was coming to mind as I was preparing with your team. And this isn't really what we talked about, but it's something that my dad always said to me, who's now passed. And in Latin, it's non carborundum illegitimi, which means don't let the bastards get you down. Oh. And it's just something I've always carried with myself. Like every day, it's like, don't care what anyone else thinks, especially in this world when you're running your own business and getting clients and putting things out on social media that aren't just what you're doing today. You're marketing yourself. It's like, just do it for you and do it because you're here to serve or you're here to do something great in the world. So that's kind of what I live by on a daily basis.
I love it. That's a great treasure, and what a great motto to live by and pass down from your father. That's really awesome. Yeah. That's a great piece of advice, because you can get so caught up in what other people think and how other people, they seem to scrutinize everything you do these days. And but I think it's all about, you just serving and doing whatever you can do in your community to make a difference, and that you can lay down and put your head on the pillow at night and sleep well, knowing that you did the best you could, So that's really, really important. Do you have any advice for fellow MilSpouses that could be struggling with balancing all the different aspects of the military life and not letting things get them down?
Yeah, I've certified over 150 military spouses. Is probably my most proud accomplishment, and that I didn't see coming. And there's a significant theme, and it's that when spouses come into my network and we chat, it's that they just feel stuck. They feel lost. They're like, I've applied for this job, or I've been in this network, or I tried this, or I tried this direct sales thing. And I'm not saying being a virtual assistant's the answer for everyone, but I think the message that if I can convey is that don't let yourself stay stuck. Use your network, use your relationships, use your mindset every morning to just affirm that you're going to keep trying, you're going to keep pushing through. And if it's not going to happen today, it might happen in a month, and that's okay. Right. Just kind of, taking a deep breath that everything's okay today and just keep pushing forward. I think it's a big thing for military spouses. We just kind of get in this stuck feeling of losing our identity, right? And that's something that we don't want for each other.
Yeah, that's great. being a MilSpouse, I guess, doesn't mean you have to lose your identity. You
No.
can still have an identity.
Exactly.
It's just differently
It
defined,
is.
right?
It is. It is. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, this has been really great talking to you, and I love hearing about everything that you're doing. And it reminds me too of another colleague of mine. Have you ever heard of Instant Teams?
I haven't. No, but I'm going
Okay.
to now.
Yeah, Instant Teams. They are a talent acquisition, and but the really neat thing about it is it was founded by Erica McMahons and Liza Rodwall, who are two Army MilSpouses. And they had a goal of trying to deal with the military spouse underemployment, which a couple of years ago was at like 24%, insane. So, but they create remote teams. Okay, so the remote teams are made up of MilSpouses and veterans. They also have a talent acquisition arm as well.
Very cool.
But they do work where they will, cultivate clients. But these remote teams are working for them, are a part of Instant Teams. If they're working with their clients. So,
Right.
but they create whatever the client may need. Maybe they need social media assistance, or maybe they need admin work or whatever. And so they create these teams, and so obviously, again, a
Yeah.
wonderful way to have MilSpouses being able to remote work, and doesn't matter where they are in the world, right?
Yes.
As long as they
Yes.
have a laptop and a computer and a phone, they can work. So,
Yes, yes. There's so many great options when you start looking, and there's a lot of people doing different forms of what we're talking about, just like you said with Instant Teams. And so, yeah. And the other beauty about it is there's so many different industries that you can serve in this role, or
sure.
So you can really follow your passion and just into the industry that you like as well.
Yeah, yeah. So, I really like the fact that you've created this whole academy. So, it kind of takes away from somebody trying to figure out it all themselves. It's almost like a franchise system.
Yeah.
You've kind of templated everything out. You've put together a course, and all they have to do is just sign on and go ahead and take the course and be certified, and they kind of have all the tools they need. It's really neat. I love it.
Yeah, I'm proud of it.
So before you go, can you tell us where people can find and connect with you, and where they can find out more information about Virtual Assistant Academy and the Virtual Assistant Management?
Yes. So those of you looking at this career as an opportunity, virtualassistantacademy.com.
Okay.
At the very bottom, there's a button that says military, and you'll fill out a form so we can verify that you're military. And at that time, if you have any questions, we're happy to chat with you about that. And then virtualassistantmanagement.com, if you're looking to hire a virtual assistant, or if you're a prospect that's interested to see how we offer our services, that's a place to be. And then my name's Molly Rose Speed. I usually hang out on LinkedIn and Instagram, and you can direct message me and we can connect. I'm happy to help anyone along the way.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on today. Thank you for telling your story, sharing your words of wisdom, and sharing the great work that you're doing in this MilSpouse virtual assistant space. It's so needed, and there's probably not enough of it going on, but I think it's really, really great. So thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's great talking to you today.
Thank you.
Hello, viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tactical Treasures podcast, where we have just finished up an amazing conversation with Molly Rose Speed, who is an Air Force Milspouse with her husband, having served for 13 years between active duty and reserves. Molly is also the recipient of the Air Force First Special Operations Wing Spouse of the Year Award. She is also the founder of the Virtual Assistant Academy, which is a 6-week video-based certification program that teaches effective, smart strategies to create your own work-from-anywhere career serving as a virtual assistant. Through the VA Academy process, you will have exactly what you need to create your virtual business, secure paying clients, and create the life you really want. MilSpouses, this is an incredible opportunity to work on a schedule that fits around a busy and ever-changing military-aligned life. To find out more information and to enroll in the virtual training program, go to virtualassistantacademy.com. Again, thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, you can find Tactical Treasures podcast on all your favorite streaming podcast platforms, as well as Vet TV. We are now airing on Reese Across America Radio on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you missed that episode, please join us for the encore on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can also find Reese Across America Radio on the iHeartRadio app, the Odyssey app, and the TuneIn app. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again on another podcast. Bye-bye now.